It's just another thirsty Thursday. But only one more day till Friday. And that's only one day from Saturday. And Saturday is better than Sunday. It's not Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, it's Thursday. It's not Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, it's Thursday. Thursday. Whoa, Thursday is the day that we take for granted. Because we know our Friday plans could be slanted. But today's only 2 days from the weekend. And only 36 hours from hanging with our friends. Something tells me this day will go fine. And for dinner I think I'll have a glass of wine. Cause it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, it's Thursday. It's not Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, it's Thursday. It's not Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, it's Thursday. It's not Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, it's Thursday. Thursday. Over the hump day. Thursday, the end is inside day, Thursday. It could be your worst day. Oh, it's Thursday. That Randy Hughes and Joe Achiever is brewing some more beer at the brewery for the weekend today. It's not Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, it's Thursday. It's not Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, it's Thursday. It's not Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, it's Thursday. It's not Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, it's Thursday.
Yar, matey. My buddy Adam Palm with a Thursday song. Like it. It's good. It's real good. Because it's Thursday. And it's going to be really nice today. Which is important. Because it seems like I might be getting my truck today. Maybe not today, but definitely in the next day or so. Checked the account this morning. The insurance money finally went in. Ready to rock and roll. Let's get this paperwork taken care of. Let's get this truck in my possession. I'm driving around in a station vehicle too damn long. I'm ready to put that to rest and start driving my own vehicle. We'll see. Thursday song, got that out of the way. Office Cora is going to join me just after 8 o'clock. No Gene, so no hypothetical questions for the two of us, but I will be asking you, the listener, a hypothetical question. We'll get to that after 7 o'clock. Plenty of other stuff to do. Of course, rockmornings.com if you want to get in touch with me this morning. Love to hear from you. You can also download the apps, submit voicemails, pictures, videos right there through the apps. It's easy to do. It's convenient. Just got a text from Tom, wanted to hear some Warrant. Uncle Tom's Cabin. I think I can get to that in just a bit. And if you're like Tom and you got something you want to hear this morning, let me know. Good to hear from you. Oh, what else? What else? Going to be talking about all sorts of stuff, man. Elon Musk's money. We're talking about some of that. Going to be getting paid like $1 trillion over the next decade. Bad news, happy music later on. Get to our daily check-ins. Got a very interesting football stat to get to as well. So yeah, stick around. Don't go anywhere. We got lots of stuff to do. Again, if you want to find our contact info, head to rockmornings.com.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene on your rock station.
Insiders say it may soon be the end of production for the U.S. penny. So buying pennies now before they're all gone would make big sense. But where to buy them? Jimbo's National Penny Collection is offering the sales of U.S. pennies. One of these bright, shiny, slightly used pennies could be yours for only $5. That means you could buy this entire set of 20 pennies for only $100. Who knows what their value could be in years to come? The penny costs more to produce than it's actually worth. So you see, you've already made money just by buying pennies. So buy now. Take it from this satisfied customer.
We got our penny, took a picture of it, had the picture burned onto a plate, and now we got a double collectible penny plate up on the wall.
Oh, I knew that wasn't gonna hold. Send your $100 payment today to Jimbo's National Penny Collection, P.O. Box 9, Beverly Hills, Florida. And you can find the zip code Jimbo didn't know it. Get your pennies today.
It's finally over. Pennies, they stopped making pennies officially. America's last penny struck at the U.S. Mint in Philly. The end of a coin production that started way back in 1793 ended yesterday, November 12th. It's over. Pennies. Back in February, of course, the president, Trump, directed the Treasury Department to stop producing new pennies, and that's exactly what happened. Yesterday, I'm assuming they kept this one, the final one, right? Some sort of ceremonial type thing. But yesterday, the final penny was minted in Philly. The U.S. Mint had been making them since 1793. They were made of 100% copper back then. Since 1982, pennies have been made of a copper-plated zinc, which is 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper. Trump said we shouldn't make any more because pennies cost more than a penny to produce, which is true. According to the U.S. Mint, each penny actually costs 3.7 cents to make. Well, that seems wasteful. Billions of pennies still in circulation will remain legal tender, but new ones will no longer be made. Some businesses already, of course, dealing with the penny disappearing, feeling the shortage. They've started rounding receipts to the nearest 5 cents, particularly if someone is trying to pay in cash. Not necessarily rounding up, maybe rounding down. Other restaurants and businesses are requiring exact change, maybe changing their prices as well. It's another step towards pushing us into a cashless society, which I'm not a fan of. Experts say this would cause us to need more nickels, which we're also losing money on. According to the Mint, each nickel costs 13.8 cents to make. But they just made the last penny, and you'll obviously have them around for quite some time. They're not going to disappear off the face of the map, but pennies no longer being made by the U.S. government. Speaking of that, the government shutdown is over. President Trump signing a bill to fund the government, bringing a close to the longest government shutdown in history. The bill passed last night despite Republicans' narrow margin in the House. 6 Democrats joined their Republican colleagues to get the bill over the finish line 43 days after the shutdown began. The final vote, 222 to 209. President Trump signing the bill shortly after the House vote. He said this was an easy extension, but they didn't want to do it the easy way. They wanted to do it the hard way. So I guess everybody's getting back to work, you bum. Kidding. Relax. But the government shutdown apparently coming to an end late last night. Also, not sure if you've got $3.7 million laying around, but if you do, you could buy Aaron Rodgers' mansion in Wisconsin. He, of course, now plays for the Steelers. And he just put his longtime Wisconsin mansion on the market for $3.7 million, just over 2 years after he was traded to the Jets by the Packers. Listed as 4-bedroom, 4.5-bathroom dwelling in Hobart, Wisconsin. A couple of days ago for more than double the price that he paid for it back in March of 2015. Well, yeah, that's why they call it an investment. When he bought the property back in 2015, he paid $1.7 million for it and had just completed an MVP-winning season with the Packers. The home, plenty of luxury for Rodgers to enjoy during the height of his NFL career. More than 10,000 square feet of living space on a 5.32-acre lot. Lush greenery. There's some nice stonework there. Look at that man cave down there in the basement. Jesus. This thing is massive. That's a lot of wood. It's got like a built-in bar. Looks like it's got a dartboard there. Plenty of room for activities down there in the basement. Jeez. The ceiling in the living room area with the fireplace is gorgeous. I mean, that is some handiwork right there. It's like he's got a little basketball, tennis court, multi-use court in the backyard there. Chef's kitchen, large brick wood oven, chef-inspired gourmet kit, top-of-the-line appliances. Yeah, he's got like a little pizza oven there, one of them stone pizza ovens. Got the cool drawers there, the big drawers. Carpeted flooring in the living room. Looks like he's got 2 different islands in the kitchen. Jesus. Then, of course, there's a dining area. There's some sort of other room with like a stage in the middle of it. A lot of luxury there. Washer, dryer. Ooh, look at that bathroom. Ooh, man. If you haven't seen the Aaron Rodgers mansion that's for sale now in Hobart, Wisconsin, go ahead and give it a Google. One of the bathrooms, luxurious, to say the least. It's got like a whole bench you could just like lay down, sit on. I'm assuming it's got some sort of sauna effect to it. And then there's a big old bathtub. Look at that closet. Oh, ladies. Fellas, don't show Aaron Rodgers' house to your wife or girlfriend. The walk-in closet is phenomenal. I'm jealous of it. I want it. Then there's a theater room downstairs with a full wet bar. Oh, look at that. Yeah, multi-use basketball, tennis, pickleball court in the back. Fully fenced off. Lots of trees and shrubbery. $3.7 million, though. If you got that laying around, you could buy Aaron Rodgers' house in Hobart.
You done messed up, Aaron!
Which is now for sale. Looking to get twice what he paid for it back in 2015. It's beautiful. Maybe he, hid something in the walls. No? Yeah. I'm guessing this is one of those, by appointment only. You can't just be me walking up saying, hey, I'd like to look at the house. Probably got to pre-qualify and all that crap.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Find them online at rockmornings.com.
Pa-pow! Jesse James Dupree says, pa-pow! A lot. Nice guy. Easy interview. Sometimes interviews are tough. Not with Jesse James Dupree. You just wind him up and let him go. Got a text from Dean. Said, I suppose they don't have any pictures of Aaron Rodgers' favorite room because it's hard to take pictures of a room with no lights. Yeah, I don't know if he's got his ayahuasca retreat room in the basement somewhere, or if he goes to a special place for that and he doesn't have it at the home. Not sure. Got a text from Cheryl who said, good morning, Brian. The Northern Lights were out again last night. How about some Rob Zombie this morning? Also included a picture of the Northern Lights. Very cool. Thank you, Cheryl. You can get to that Rob Zombie in a bit. The Bucks losing last night to the Charlotte Hornets.
Now the Hornets, a wall-to-wall win. They had a brief three-point deficit during the pace in the first quarter, but ever since the end of the first quarter till the end of the game, the Hornets with a nice working margin, and they win a ball game for the fourth time this season. They're now 4-7. Connaughton wins his game against his former mates and smiles all the way around.
Yeah, no Giannis last night for the Bucks, and they lost 111-100 to the Hornets. Bucks will be off tonight. Then they're at home against the Hornets again tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Week 11 in the NFL kicking off tonight with the 2-7 Jets at the 8-2 Patriots. That game on Amazon Prime at 7:15. The Bears are at the Vikings on Sunday at noon. The Packers are, of course, in New York to take on the Giants on Sunday at noon.
Go, Pack, go!
And the Lions are at Philly, Sunday Night Football on NBC. The Giants expecting to start quarterback Jameis Winston against the Packers on Sunday. Jackson Dart in the concussion protocol as the Giants get back to practice yesterday. Seems Jackson Dart will be unlikely to play, and obviously Russell Wilson ain't the answer there in New York either. So Jameis Winston going to be the QB on Sunday against the Packers. He was very excited about that opportunity yesterday.
What do you want fans to know about you?
I want fans to know that I'm going to do my best. You know, obviously I'm going to have fun, but I'm going to execute, have a surgical execution, and just play ball, man. Like, this is something I've been doing since I've been 4 years old, and I just get to do it in the greatest city in the world. I'm going to be saying it with my son. It's the greatest city in the world. Yeah, that's a Hamilton reference if y'all don't know. Yeah, 10-year reunion.
I did not know that it was a Hamilton reference, but thank you, Jameis Winston. Singing about the greatest city in the world. Okay. 24th ranked Wisconsin off until Monday, when the Badgers will be at home against unranked SIU Edwardsville. That'll be at 7 o'clock on the Big Ten Network on Monday night. And the Badger football team got a really tough test this weekend. I mean, obviously, everybody on the field celebrating last week with the win, finally breaking a 6-game losing streak, but They're at number 2 Indiana on Saturday at 11 a.m. That game also on the Big Ten Network. So, yeah, going to be some tough sledding for the Badger football team this weekend. Tom wanted to hear some Warrant. I'll get to that next. If you've got something you want, get in touch with me this morning. rockmornings.com for all our contact info. You can also, of course, download the 2 apps and get in touch with me that way.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene on your rock station.
It's National Hug a Musician Day. Can't decide who you'll embrace? Why not the tambourine player? Or is it the tambourinist? Other than that song by the Byrds, nobody cares about the tambourine player or the bruise they get on their palm from all that tambourining. And unlike other musicians who see you approaching with open arms and think, keep away, freak, tambourine players appreciate the attention. Because let's face it, they're the band version of a second child with red hair who's adopted and sleeps in the basement with a retainer. What I'm saying is nobody cares about tambourine players. Do you see why they need a hug?
National Hug a Musician Day. So if you got a band that has a tambourine player, usually it's like the lead singer, give them a hug. They might need it. World Kindness Day. 2 things going together. Be kind on National Hug a Musician Day. These poor tambourine guys. Warrant by request for Tom. Wanted to hear some Uncle Tom's Cabin. Warrant going to be at the Onalaska Omni Center Saturday, March 21st. Oh, no, that's Hairball. Excuse me. I got my shows mixed up. Warrant, Firehouse, and Steelheart the night before at the La Crosse Center as part of the Turn Up the Good Times tour. Again, Warrant, Firehouse, Steelheart, Friday, March 20th at the La Crosse Center. Tickets, info, all online. Go to lacrossecenter.com for more details. Thanks, Tom. Cheryl wanted to hear some Rob Zombie. We'll get to that in just a bit. Going to be watching the Patriots tonight. They'll be on Amazon Prime against the Jets, kicking off Week 11. Thursday Night Football on Amazon Prime. Also, the premiere of Tiffany Haddish Goes Off. It's on Peacock, and it's a 6-episode series where comedian and actress Tiffany Haddish takes a 4-week tour across Africa with her 3 closest childhood friends.
We should take a trip all together.
Girl, where we going?
We going to Africa.
Welcome to the motherland. Africa!
These girls are my real friends, my day ones. I just really wanted to be with people I feel safe with. I don't have to perform for. I love you, girl. I love you, too. I want to see everything.
Tiffany Haddish Goes Off. Premiering today on Peacock's 6-episode series. Also, the series premiere of The Beast in Me on Netflix. Claire Danes, a grieving author who becomes entangled with Matthew Reese, who is a neighbor that's been accused of murdering his wife. It's called The Beast in Me, and it premieres on Netflix today.
Why are you here?
Did you kill her?
What do you think?
Niall Jarvis moved in down the street from me. Maybe my next book should be about him.
The whole world thinks they know what happened, but I didn't kill my wife. People just want gossip and carnage.
You want to be re-legitimized. I can offer a new narrative.
I'm gonna roll the dice on you.
Well, all right then.
Don't let me down.
It's called The Beast in Me. It premieres today on Netflix. Claire Danes, Matthew Reese. Also, new episodes of 911 and 911 Nashville. New episodes of Law & Order and Law & Order SVU. And also new episodes of Elsbeth and Grey's Anatomy tonight. Jonas Brothers, along with Matthew Reese, who's in that Beast in Me show, going to be on with Jimmy Fallon. So is Fiona Cawley from the Kill Tony show. And Seth Meyers is talking to the other half of The Beast in Me, Claire Danes, and also Callum Turner. Going to be on with Seth Meyers. Kimmel and Colbert are both in repeats. I'll be busy watching Week 11 kickoff tonight with the Patriots and the Jets on Amazon Prime. Not sure if you saw, but James Vanderbeek, Dawson from Dawson's Creek, obviously battling cancer, and he's starting to sell off and auction off some of his possessions from the show, some of his memorabilia. James Van Der Beek fans rallying around him amidst his health struggles. He's parting with some rare memorabilia to assist with the treatment costs. Following news of his stage 3 colorectal cancer diagnosis last November, James Van Der Beek teaming up with Prop Store to auction off some props and wardrobes from his time on the WB's Dawson Creek and also from his movie Varsity Blues, which is pretty cool. All the proceeds will go to his medical fees.
Holy shit, you're the Dawson. James Van Der Beek. What's up with Pacey stealing Joey away from you? If I was you, I would have drowned his ass in the creek and shit.
You actually watched that show?
Yeah, for Joey, man. She is too fun.
Van Der Beek said, I've been storing these treasures for years, waiting for the right time to do something with them, and with all the recent unexpected twists and turns life has presented recently, it's clear that time is now. While I have some nostalgia tugging at me as I part with these items, it feels good to be able to offer them through Prop Store's auction to share with those who have supported my work over the years. The Winter Entertainment Memorabilia Live Auction is December 5th through the 7th. Prop Store auctioning off his outfit from the 98 Dawson's Creek pilot, which is expected to fetch somewhere around $4,000, as well as the necklace that Dawson gave to Joey for prom. They're saying that necklace is expected to go somewhere between $26,000 and $52,000. And the auction also includes his Varsity Blues West Canaan Coyotes hat and a pair of cleats that were worn during the filming of the movie.
Playing football at West Canaan may have been the opportunity of your lifetime, but I don't want your life.
You can obviously Google James Van Der Beek, auction, Prop Store. If you want to get your hands on some of this stuff, if you just have $52,000 laying around and you really want to get that necklace that James Van Der Beek gave to Katie Holmes in Dawson's Creek, then it could be yours. The auction starts December 5th and runs through December 7th, so you got a few weeks to prepare. I don't know, man. None of those items really speak to me. I didn't really watch Dawson's Creek. I mean, I saw an episode or two here and there, but it wasn't for me. And although I like Varsity Blues, the hat and the cleats don't really, they don't do it for me either. Sorry, Mox. Got a text from Cordell. Said, can you do some Big Gun by AC/DC? Just got my tickets for me and my fiance last night to go see them. The Power Up Tour, right? Next year. Speaking of AC/DC, I don't know if you saw this, but a record-breaking event just occurred in Australia. 374 bagpipers played It's a Long Way to the Top, If You Want to Rock and Roll by AC/DC, and they broke a world record in the process. The Great Melbourne Bagpipe Bash gathered those 374 players to perform just a couple of blocks away from where the music video was originally filmed back in 1976. A couple of guys that are members of the Rats of Tobruk Pipe Band appeared in the original music video, participated in the record-setting event.
Well, we love breaking a world record, don't we? And there are hundreds and hundreds of people here from the public to watch this very special moment.
Well, I've been playing bagpipes since I was 9, and I'm just sort of thinking this would be a bit of fun towards the end of my career. Go out with a bang.
Very cool. The previous Guinness World Record for largest bagpipe ensemble set by 330 bagpipers together in Bulgaria in 2012. So that record stood for quite some time, and now it has been broken. And for Cordell, from the Last Action Hero soundtrack, it is Big Gun.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Find them online at rockmornings.com.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Somewhere in Europe. Not quite sure where. I haven't gotten a text since Wednesday. Early Wednesday, yesterday, but I'm sure she's busy touring things and eating things and checking into hotels and doing whatever it is you do in Europe. Angela texted in, said, thanks for playing AC/DC. Got my tickets as well. July 19th of next year. Ready to rock. Have a great day. Thank you, Angela. And Cordell said, thanks for playing it. It'll probably be my only time to ever get to see AC/DC. Yeah, I'm guessing those chances are dwindling. This may be the last one. But you got the tickets, and you're going to the show, man. That's my motto kind of in life. Buy the tickets, go to the show. You never know when you're not going to have a chance to go to another one. Whether the band breaks up or the lead singer passes away and they don't go out on tour anymore, or you pass away or something happens and you can't go to concerts anymore, whatever it is. Not trying to be morbid or anything like that, but the regret is tough to live with. Today is World Kindness Day. As we mentioned earlier, it's also National Hug a Musician Day. And here's a little bit of kindness at a school in Ohio. It's a pretty cool little thing that they did. A small school district in Ohio set up a microphone in the middle of one of their hallways at the school and invited students to share something good that happened to them recently. Didn't have to be anything school-related. But they created a montage of the responses and posted it on social media, and it's really interesting.
I woke up at the good time today for school, so I didn't miss the bus.
Someone told me that my hair looked really pretty today. There was a new girl at school today, and I think I made a new friend, so yeah.
I got 100% on my German test today. I finally got a girlfriend.
A good thing that happened to me today was Ms. Gates, she complimented my artwork.
And I got my braces off recently.
I have been more hanging out with my family, friends.
Me and my sister are actually kind of getting along now, and like we're not arguing as much as we used to.
Aww. Montage of the students talking about some of the positive, nice things that happened to them recently. Small school in Ohio. Posting the video just a couple of days ago. Quickly went viral. One of the kids obviously talking about getting up early and getting on the bus on time. Maybe has a little trouble with that. Somebody said they may have made a new friend because there was a new girl at school that day. Somebody else said the best part of my day was seeing all my teachers come to school and being happy to see us and smiling. Someone else said, I found one of my new passions. It's wrestling. Go wrestling. The one kid in there, I finally got a girlfriend. Hell yeah, bro. High fives to you. Someone else very happy to get their braces off and scoring 100 on the German test. Getting along with your sister. Very cool. If you haven't seen the video, it's floating around. Small school district in Ohio, the Monroe Local School District. A guy named Adam Markham is the head of communications there. Set out to capture something simple by putting the microphone along what they call Main Street in the school there, the long corridor that connects the junior high and the high school, and then spent hours editing the footage and the audio and putting the video out there, and it quickly went viral as those kids in Ohio talked about something positive that happened to them recently, and it was good to see because it's obviously very easy to focus on the negative, especially in this day and age. Also, Veterans Day earlier this week. Cool story about a guy in Kansas who is now talking about his father who survived an attack during World War II thanks to some socks that he had wadded up in his uniform before when they got wet. So these socks, apparently heavy-duty wool socks, they got really wet. He had to swap them out, so he wadded them up and stuck them inside of his uniform. The socks had about 12 holes pierced through them, and he kept those lucky socks because they helped save his life.
About noon, we saw a bunch of German tanks coming in, and he dropped one in on us. When the shell exploded, it blew me out of the hole. I got 2 pieces of shrapnel, one piece about 2 inches long, right in my stomach. But fortunately, I had this pair of heavy wool socks wadded up in there to dry, and I had on 2 coats and a sweater. It just cut the skin on my stomach. I had another pair of socks in my coat pocket over my chest. A small piece hit me there also and broke through my skin. The way the socks are doubled up, they have about 12 holes cut in them. The rest of his soldiers called him lucky, and he thinks it was more than luck. He felt that God was with him.
That is the voice of Don Scholl, who is the son of Albert Scholl, and talking about the story of how his father made it through World War II with some socks. A little bit of help. Albert was born in 1912 in Kansas, and at the age of 30, he was drafted in 1942, stationed in Germany as a combat engineer in World War II. Said, I was in the 1st Army under General Hodes and toward the last and the third army under General Patton. Some of the others, bad times crossing the Rhine and the Danube rivers. The assault crossings are bad, but we came through in good shape. And detailed the story of how the socks ended up in his uniform, along with several other layers of clothing, and helped to save his life. And then he kept the socks. Rest of the soldiers calling him lucky. Because he was lucky, very fortunate. He thinks it was more than luck, though, felt that God was with him. Scholl lived on to have 2 more children after the war, including his son Don, who is now telling his story. He did pass away in 1982 at the age of 70. So a life well lived for Albert Scholl and his son Don, who now has possession of those socks that are credited with helping to save his life during World War II, telling his story on Veterans Day earlier this week.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Start your day with Rock Mornings.
Got a text from Brian in Colorado who said, talk about regret. I was thinking about going to see Tom Petty at Red Rocks. Didn't go because I thought there would be another time, but, well, R.I.P. Tom. Yeah. I have several bands from the early 90s that I wanted to see and never did see, and now I won't have the chance anymore. One of them being Nirvana. Now, I know there's plenty of videos on YouTube and all that stuff, but anybody that goes to concerts on a regular basis knows that there's nothing that can replace a live show. Never saw him. Thought I'd get a chance, and then that chance went away. Thanks, Brian, for the text. Appreciate it. Angela, Cordell, Tom, Cheryl, Dean. RockMornings.com to get in touch with me this morning. Got some requested Rob Zombie coming up in a bit. I think that was for Cheryl, who also sent in some pictures of the Northern Lights. Apparently very active again last night. I went to bed early, real early. I was in bed by like 7. Usually it's about 7:30, but for some reason I was really tired last night. Tesla shareholders recently, I'm sure you saw this, recently approving a pay package for Elon Musk could make him a trillionaire sometime in the next decade. He's got to hit certain milestones, but as if he needs more money. There's a list online, I think it's at CNN.com, about some of the things that Elon Musk could buy if he had $1 trillion. Some of it's comical, some of it's kind of sad. 1,428 Shohei Ohtanis. That's not to say that he could necessarily buy human beings, but the Dodgers are paying Shohei $700 million over 10 years, and if you do the math, that accounts to 1,428 of those contracts. Elon Musk, if he gets to $1 trillion, could afford that. Here's one that's mind-boggling. If he gets to $1 trillion sometime in the next decade, Elon Musk, with his money, could buy every single car sold in the U.S. this year. Does that include used, like private sale, Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace? Or is that just new vehicles off the lot? With $1 trillion, you could buy 10,000 Starbucks CEOs. The current boss of Starbucks, Brian Niccol, makes $100 million a year. So with his $1 trillion, Elon Musk could have himself 10,000 Starbucks CEOs under his wing.
Show me the money.
Yes. 333 skyscrapers. The new J.P. Morgan Chase building on Park Avenue was built for $3 billion, so he could have 333 of those bad boys if he gets to $1 trillion. Another rich guy, Jeff Bezos, Amazon, obviously. He's got himself a hell of a yacht. But Bezos doesn't have the kind of coin that Elon Musk could end up with. $1 trillion will buy 2,000 of Jeff Bezos' yachts, or 465 of the Icons of the Seas. The Royal Caribbean's Icon of the Seas is the world's largest cruise ship, and if Elon gets to $1 trillion, he could buy 465 of those bad boys. That seems excessive. He could buy the entire Ivy League 5 times over. The endowments of all 8 schools in the Ivy League come out to around $200 billion. So he could lap them 5 times with his $1 trillion.
Where's the money? When are you going to get the money? Why aren't you getting the money now? And so on. So please,
the money. Elon Musk, if he gets to $1 trillion, he could give, instead of just getting, and he could give $2,923 for every single person in the United States. That's not just registered voters, right? That's everybody. Kids as well. I'm assuming that doesn't include dead people in the cemeteries, right? $2,923 for every single person in the U.S. if he gets to $1 trillion. I don't know if that's going to happen. I don't think so. He could buy Switzerland. Probably not for sale, but if he does get to $1 trillion, the GDP, the gross domestic product, was just under $900 billion last year. So yeah, he could buy Switzerland. Every house in Hawaii, if he wanted to, with his $1 trillion, if he gets there. All 572,781 houses in Hawaii, he could buy all of those if he gets to $1 trillion in the next decade. If you like Coca-Cola, he could buy Coca-Cola. He could also buy a 12-pack of Coca-Cola for everybody on Earth. Right now, the company worth about $300 billion, so he could purchase that and then also purchase a 12-pack of Coca-Cola, delicious ice-cold Coca-Cola for everyone on Earth, not just in the U.S., on Earth. Welcome to Earth. Also, he could buy the companies, all of these together. He could buy Toyota, Volkswagen, Hyundai, Ford, GM, Stellantis, which includes Fiat and Chrysler, with his $1 trillion. That's a lot of money. Sometime in the next decade, supposedly. Is that good? Is that probably not good, right?
If you don't write checks, how do you pay these guys? Straight cash, homie.
Straight cash, homie. That's a lot of money. Wouldn't mind getting that $2,900 check from Elon, though. It would help out with some bills. $1 trillion. He could get there sometime in the next decade, and if he does, he could buy a whole lot of weird stuff, including 10,000 Starbucks CEOs.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Find the daily podcast at rockmornings.com.
Alice in Chains with Wood. This Angry Pen of Mine. A book featuring the journals of Lane Staley. You can get it on Amazon, by the way. Just popped up a couple of days ago. For the first time ever, you can dive into the untold creative world of Lane Staley, the legendary voice behind Alice in Chains, Mad Season. Extraordinary collection showcases his handwritten lyrics, his deep personal poetry, stunning original artwork, rare photos, fan tributes, and much more. It's called This Angry Pen of Mine, Recovering the Journals of Lane Staley. And hardcover just making its way onto Amazon earlier this week if you want to check it out. Make a good Christmas gift for somebody. Week 11 kicking off tonight with the Jets and the Patriots on Amazon Prime. The Bears will be in Minnesota to take on the Vikings on Sunday at noon. Packers are in New York, taking on the Giants on Sunday at noon. Lions in Philly on Sunday Night Football on NBC. Bucks, without Giannis last night, lost to the Hornets 111-100. Bucks come back home to take the Hornets with them in Milwaukee. They'll square off tomorrow night, 7 o'clock at the Fiserv. Badger basketball, the men's team off until Monday when they're at home against unranked SIU Edwardsville at 7 o'clock on the Big Ten Network. And, of course, the football team plays on Saturday at Indiana, number 2 Indiana, 11 a.m. That game also on the Big Ten Network. Major League Baseball handing out its postseason awards. Tariq Skubal, the left-hander for the Tigers, won his second consecutive AL Cy Young Award yesterday, while Paul Skeens, the second-year right-hander for the Pittsburgh Pirates, followed up his Rookie of the Year season by winning his first NL Cy Young Award, getting all 30 first-place votes that were conducted by the Baseball Writers Association of America. So congratulations to Paul Skeens. That guy is winning at the game of life with his beautiful girlfriend, Libby Dunn. Are they engaged now? And now all the postseason hardware. The only problem is he plays for Pittsburgh, and they suck. Somebody's got to get his ass out of there. I want to see him pitch in the postseason. We might remember, I'm not sure if you remember, but there was a spot earlier this year during the regular season in Major League Baseball when Rob Manfred was visiting some of the Major League Baseball teams, going around and talking to players and talking about contracts and CBAs and all these other things. And him and Bryce Harper apparently got into it, and Bryce Harper told him to get out of the effing locker room. Yeah, tense debate over a potential Major League Baseball salary cap in the Phillies clubhouse this summer apparently escalated into something much darker. During one of Rob Manfred's visits to the Phillies clubhouse, tensions flaring between he and Bryce Harper when the topic of a potential salary cap, which is, of course, a proposal that's favored by the owners but opposed by the players and the Players Association. Bryce Harper telling Manfred, standing up in the middle of the locker room in front of everybody, and told Manfred, if you, out loud, not whispering this in his ear, if you want to talk about that, you can get the F out of our clubhouse. Adding that players aren't scared to lose 162 games over the issue, a.k.a. a lockout. Bryce Harper's agent has a podcast. It's called Agent Provocateur. And his name is Alan Walsh. He represents a whole bunch of NHL players and a bunch of other people as well. He revealed that Bryce Harper was threatened by MLB officials after reportedly cursing out Commissioner Rob Manfred this summer. Quote, all right, he may not be Harper's agent here. Sorry about that. He said Harper and a few other players were now in a discussion afterwards with Manfred and some of Manfred's staff, including, I believe, the deputy commissioner who was also there. And in the course of this conversation, which also got heated, someone with Manfred, but not Manfred himself, somebody with him, like a deputy commissioner said to Harper, quote, don't ever say that again to the commissioner. Don't ever disrespect him again publicly like that. That's how people end up in a ditch. Yo. Somebody's going to try to off Bryce Harper and throw his body in a ditch? Crazy. What are we doing? Not sure if that's legitimate or just hearsay or rumors or whatever, but yeah, somebody in the inner circle of Rob Manfred allegedly told Bryce Harper not to disrespect the MLB commissioner again in front of everybody like that, or else you might end up in a ditch. Woo. Things went from bad to worse real quick. Last but not least, this is an interesting stat that I found today. NFL football. There have been 1,094 different final score combinations in NFL history. So like 10-7 with the Packers and the Eagles last weekend, something along those lines. The most recent addition to that final score combo happened this past Sunday, right? You'd think with all these years and all these games that they would have all of the different scores taken care of, but no, that's not the case. The Houston Texans came back from a deficit to beat the Jaguars 36-29. There had never been a 36-29 final score before in the NFL, ever. So that got added to the list of the 1,094 different final score combinations in NFL history. The most common one, by the way, is 20-17. That has happened 298 times in NFL history, most recently back on September 14th. But I found it interesting that 36-29 was never a final score in the history of the NFL until this past weekend when the Texans overcame that deficit to beat the Jaguars 36-29. Interesting little stat there. Interesting. Hypothetical Thursday, I'm going to be asking you a question. Jean's not here, so I can't ask her, so I'm going to ask you, the listener. And we'll get Office Cora on the phone after 8 o'clock as well. Get to Bad News Happy Music. Lots to do yet. Lots to do.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Weekdays, 6 to 9.
Introducing the future of holding stuff. The iPhone Pocket. Believe what you heard. The iPhone Pocket. It's a sock for a nerd. From the visionary mind of a piece of cloth to $130 you can stretch and wash. The iPhone Pocket, so soft and woven, it's just what you need. The iPhone Pocket, Apple is truly redefining greed.
The iPhone Pocket, a $230 scarf sock thing that goes around your neck and holds onto your iPhone, apparently. The new accessory called the iPhone Pocket, which is part sock, part fashion accessory, part ridiculous. It's an iPhone-sized knitted pouch or pocket, if you will, that you can sling around your shoulder, hang on your arm, wrap around your waist. The idea here is that you can slip your iPhone inside of it, carry it around safely without needing to have pants or pockets or a purse or a backpack or a fanny pack or any other sort of thing to carry your phone in. Bra, you don't need a bra to stick that thing in there. When you see photos of this thing, it looks almost like it's an April Fool's joke, but it's not. It's 100% real, and it's got a price tag on it. There are 2 different versions for the iPhone Pocket. The one with the small strap is only $150. And then the large strap will go for $230 because Apple doesn't have enough of your money. $230 for some sort of sock, scarf, phone thingy-majiggy. The smaller of the 2 will be available in lemon, mandarin, purple, pink, peacock, sapphire, cinnamon, and black. So you have a lot of options color-wise for the smaller of the 2. The long one only has 3 colors available: sapphire, cinnamon, and black. The iPhone Pockets will show up at select Apple stores and apple.com starting tomorrow, the 14th. iPhone socks, iPhone condoms, some sort of iPhone Pocket for $230. Oof, talking about pretentious people yesterday. That sounds pretty pretentious. $230 iPhone sock. Also, this holiday season, if you're looking for a little help with candy canes, let's be honest, candy canes can be kind of a pain in the ass. The wrapping is difficult to peel off sometimes. And the company that makes the majority of the candy canes, Brach's, has created a limited edition candy cane opener. It's like a little plastic pocket pencil sharpener looking thing. You stick the long end of the candy cane in there, and it apparently cuts the wrapper for you. Little unclear whether you twist it like a pencil sharpener or if there's a button or anything, but they say it's fast and it's mess-free. So if you're one of those people that grabs the box of candy canes and you have to break the candy cane itself, in order to get it out of the plastic wrapping, they've got some sort of new fandangled piece of machinery here. It also doubles apparently as a Christmas tree ornament, so you can have it right there on your tree along with your candy canes. It'll be right there when you need it, when you get a craving. They go on sale next Monday, the 17th, at 6 o'clock our time, Central Time. And the only place to get them is at thecaneopener.com. That's C-A-N-E, thecaneopener.com. They're only $5. They come with a box of candy canes as well, but they are limited. So if you want to get one of these candy cane openers from Brach's, you'll have to go to the website on Monday starting at 6 p.m. and try to order yourself one. $5, that's not bad. Not bad at all. Bad News, Happy Music is coming up later on. Office Core is going to join me after 8 o'clock. And, of course, on Thursdays, we ask each other hypothetical questions. But Gene is not here today, so I'm going to ask you, the listener, a hypothetical question. And this is an easy one. You shouldn't have any problem coming up with an answer for this. If you could eliminate one song, any song, from the world, what song would it be and why? What song would you get rid of? What song have you heard so many effing times? What song do you hate? What song makes your skin crawl? Every time you hear it, you just can't turn the radio off fast enough. Which song would you eliminate from the world and why? You can text in, you can email in, you can send in voicemails, pictures, videos on the apps. You can send us messages on social media, but I would have to say mine would be the stupid Applebee's song. The moment I heard it, I hated it. I've hated it ever since. I've heard this guy's a nice guy, but I hate this song. Oh, God, I can't get past the first verse. It drives me absolutely insane. I will leave a store. If I'm in a store or a restaurant or something and I hear that song come on, I will walk out. I cannot do it. I hate it so bad. What song would you eliminate from the world if you could get rid of one? For me, it'd be Fancy Like. What's his name? Walker Hayes? I just got a text already from my guy, Ben. He knows me too well. I thought about this. Ben says anything Hardy. Yeah, I'm not a fan of him. Douche country is what I call it. I just don't get it. I don't get the Hardys thing. It doesn't appeal to me either. But Ben, I hear you, bro. Don't get me wrong. The guy's famous and he's making money and selling a ton of records and all that crap. But his music is like nails on a chalkboard. Somebody texted in and said, the new song by Green Day, Do You Want to Be My Boyfriend? With a lot of vomiting emojis. Apparently not a fan of that one. Paul texted in and said, Liar by Jelly Roll. He sucks. Thank you, Paul. Rockmornings.com. Michelle saying anything by Neil Young. People have big feelings about Neil Young. Ooh, yeah, I could see this being a pain in the ass. Just got a text from Roxy, and she said, Roxanne, it's my name, and I hate that song. Yeah, that's got to be tough when you've got a song that's or a name that's in a song like Mandy or Roxanne. I'm sure people sing it to you all the time. I could see why that would be a reason to get rid of it. Paul, you get one choice. You can't just eliminate country music. All right, Paul, reel it in, bro. Paul said Jelly Roll's Liar. Then he says anything country. One song, Paul, not an entire genre of music. But yeah, if you could eliminate one song from existence, what would it be? And why? Oh, Bill. I like this one. Bill says Red Solo Cup. Oh, man. Now, I'm not going to put it on a playlist, but I enjoy Red Solo Cup. It's fun for about a minute and a half. The hook is fun.
Red Solo Cup.
Uh-huh.
I fill you up. Let's have a party.
Oh, Bill. Somebody texted in Whiskey to Lullaby. Aaron does not like Katy Perry's I Kissed a Girl. Says he absolutely hates it. The Taste of Her Cherry Chapstick. You didn't like that one? Apparently not. A lot of people with big feelings about songs.
I kissed a girl and I liked it.
That would be Aaron. Aaron does not like Katy Perry, I Kissed a Girl. Brandon texted in, Alice, who the F is Alice? I can't do it. Every effing wedding in history. I'm out. Brian said anything by Taylor Swift. Cooch said mine is Jolene by Dolly Parton. I don't listen to country music, but there are two people that come into a local bar and play that song like it's still popular. It has to go. Can you talk to the manager of the bar? Maybe they can take it off the jukebox. Oh, Dan says anything I want, or All That I Want for Christmas Is You by Mariah Carey. Somebody else said the Barney song. You can't do two. You got to do one. Stop sending me two. The point of the exercise is to eliminate one song. One song. Tony says anything Nirvana. Again, narrow it down. One song. You're not playing properly here. Desiree wants to get rid of Wagon Wheel. Spencer said, never was a fan of the theme song on the intro to the TV show Friends. Ooh, somebody said Elvira. Holly from Iowa said Elvira. Is that the Oak Ridge Boys? I think so. Elvira. Elvira. Yeah. Lots and lots of different text messages flooding in. We'll read some more of your responses. Again, Hypothetical Thursday, if you could eliminate one song, not a genre of music, not an artist's entire library, just one song. from existence, what would it be? Feel free to include a why as well.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Find them online at rockmornings.com.
8:15 on Thursdays. We're joined by the one and only Office Cora. How are you, young lady?
I am doing great. How are you? And have you heard from Jean?
I've had a few random text messages. She texted me last week to let me know that they skipped the flight out of La Crosse. They were supposed to fly from La Crosse to Chicago and then get on a connecting flight in Chicago and fly into Heathrow in London. And instead of flying out of La Crosse, they apparently drove to Chicago, where Mike, her husband, apparently got on a flight, and she got on a different flight, and and then I got a text, yesterday that she had missed a train. She was in the wrong terminal and said she was leaving for Florence. They're several hours in front of us, so this was at about 3 in the morning yesterday. So my guess is it was about 10 o'clock a.m. where she's at, but that was the last I heard from Jean, was that she was getting on a train to Florence. So,
wow. The life of Jean.
Yeah. This, thankfully, the government shutdown came to an end today, very early this morning, late last night, Trump signing the stuff. So, it looks like hopefully in another week and a half when Jean comes back, maybe the situation at the airports will be a little bit better. I know it's not going to get better right away, but hopefully by the time she travels back to America in several days, it'll be a little bit better then.
Yeah, it can't be. Yeah, I think it can't be worse, hopefully.
Office Cora on the phone with me. What do you got going on this weekend in the 715? What are you doing?
Well, there's a lot of markets.
I saw that.
There is something called the Junkin Market, and that is actually at the Eau Claire Event District where Country Jam, Summer Jam, all the jams are happening.
Okay.
And it's an indoor market with all these different vendors featuring upcycled and vintage wares and home decor and even things for your pet.
So is this in that big building at the top of the hill where the bar and the artist stuff was during Summer Jam?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. And this is it's a curated market, and I guess they travel to different states. And so they're coming to Eau Claire, Wisconsin this weekend. So it's Friday and Saturday, 4 to 7 on Friday, 9 to 4 on Saturday.
All right. So you can go and maybe get some holiday shopping done, or maybe buy something for yourself and at the market thing. And then what else are you doing this weekend?
Well, there's the Mamma Mia, the musical at Chi High.
ABBA.
I love high school theater. And, I mean, this has all the classic ABBA hits, so love that, too.
Are you a fan of ABBA?
Well, a little bit. Like, you know every song, you sing along. Plus, I mean, it's Mamma Mia. I love it. If you're more into, I guess it's a mystery, maybe a drama, there's Crimes of the Heart. The Chippewa Valley Theater Guild is putting on, it's like a Pulitzer Prize-winning play. I've never seen it, though. Crimes of the Heart.
Crimes of the Heart. When is that?
That is also this weekend at the Grand Theater. It runs Thursday through Sunday, and there's just all kinds of different times for the show.
All right. So you got a few things happening this weekend in the 715.
And there's a holistic expo at the Best Western Plus. So if you want to get your psychic on, maybe see a medium, get
chakra.
a tarot card
get
read.
your chakras.
Get a little Reiki performed. I don't know, but
realign my
all
chakras.
Happening.
Are you into that stuff?
I love that kind of stuff, but I don't really participate very often. But I was in Salem, Massachusetts, and saw a psychic one time, and that was really fun.
Yeah, I saw a psychic one time. I was forced to do it as part of a team building exercise, and Jean forced me to do it. It was really stupid. It was dumb. The lady was trying to find out whether or not I was spiritual, and I kept telling her no. And she said, well, what do you like to do to relax? And I said, well, I like to take naps. And she said, well, then if you want to feel closer to God, take more naps. And I said, this is the dumbest thing I've ever experienced in my entire life. When can I leave? So dumb. It's supposed to be some kind of dumb, stupid team building exercise. And I got told to take more naps, which thanks. I appreciate it. But that doesn't nothing to do with spirituality. It has to do with I'm tired and I like to take naps.
Oh, you lacrosse guys, you do a lot of different things, don't you?
We used to when we used to care about things, and now we don't care and we just work and are miserable.
Yeah, we're like that. What happened to us?
Office Cora on the phone with me. Don't forget, you've got a few more days. What's today? The 13th. So you got 6 more days. You got till next Wednesday if you want to sign up for the holiday bus trip to Nashville, hosted by Office Cora. Is there something on the list of things that you're doing that you're most excited for? Is it the Johnny Cash thing, the moonshine tasting? Is it the recording studios? What is it?
It's the Grand Ole Opry.
Yeah.
I just can't wait to go. I'm so excited. Plus, it's their 100-year anniversary.
Yeah, so it's the Grand Ole Opry 100 Country Christmas Show, and it's part of the holiday bus trip to Nashville, December 3rd through the 7th. You can head to wiscotrips.com and get on the bus with Office Cora. The price of the trip includes tickets to all the attractions that are on the website. You get 11 meals. You get, obviously, your hotel stays included, the round-trip motor coach transportation, and you get to hang out with Office Cora, which is a blast.
Right? We're going to have a blast. I can't wait.
WiscoTrips.com for that Nashville holiday bus trip. You got a few more days left to reserve your seats. Don't miss out. I know that we've sold several seats. I know that it's getting close to being full, but still a couple more days if you want to take advantage of that. It's also Hypothetical Thursday, and even though Gene's not here, I asked a question of our listeners, and I'm going to ask you the hypothetical question. If you could eliminate one song from the world, just a song, not a genre of music, not an artist or their catalog, just one song by one artist, what song would it be? You can eliminate it, get rid of it forever. It'll never exist again. All the covers are gone. It's like poof. It just ceases to exist. What song would it be and why?
Honestly, I'd wipe Crazy by Patsy Cline off the face of the earth. I just don't like that song. I don't like the way she sings it. I don't like the sound of it. And you have no idea how many tipsy karaoke singers try to sing and feel the emotion. I'm going to go crazy if I hear that song another time.
So when you're going to karaoke, that's a go-to for a lot of people, and you've had enough.
It's awful.
Yeah, I feel the same way about it.
And I don't like the original. People play that a lot.
Crazy by Patsy Cline. Crazy.
The worst. Yeah.
Crazy for feeling the way. That one?
No, stop.
Okay.
Brian. No.
Office Cora, do you have a hypothetical question for me?
Yes.
Okay.
If you could make one chore illegal, what would it be?
Illegal?
Yeah.
As in you get arrested if you do it?
Yeah.
Are you trying to ask me which chore I don't want to do?
I guess.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm thinking like matching socks. If they're warm, they work.
I don't understand what you're saying. How is matching socks a chore? Are you talking about folding your laundry?
Yes. Uh-huh.
You don't like matching socks?
I don't think it's necessary.
Oh, see, I have a problem with that. There's a reason they come in pairs. Is so you wear them in pairs.
Not really, because sometimes you get a whole bag full of them. They're all the same.
Who's buying a bag of socks?
I buy a bag of socks.
Are you talking about like new socks that come in a bag?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant like just a random bag of socks. You're just picking them up at the Salvation Army or something. Matching socks. You got to have matching socks.
No.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
I don't know. That's not even a chore. That's not really a chore either. I don't know how that registers as a chore. I don't know. The only chore that I really don't like doing, and would gladly pay someone else to do it all the time, would be dusting. I just find it to be useless.
Oh, agreed. I absolutely hate that. And as soon as you get done, it's just already starting to collect again.
Well, we have 2 dogs. They're short hairs, and then we have a cat, and then my wife has long hair. So, and for a long time, until I started taking Skyrizi, I had psoriasis. So there was always skin and hair and fur and everything everywhere. And so dust and dander would accumulate on everything. And, you try to brush it off or use one of the Swiffers or whatever, but all it does is kick up half of it, and then and it just resettles on whatever surface you're trying to clean off. And it just, I'm not a fan. I'd rather, no thanks.
Oh my gosh. And then it gets even worse in the winter when the furnace is blowing the air around. No, I got you. That totally makes sense.
Office Cora, always a pleasure. Have a great weekend. I'll talk to you next Thursday. It'll be me and you again. And then the following week, Gene will be back from Europe, okay?
Sounds perfect.
All right.
Have a good day, everyone.
You too. Office Core each and every Thursday at about 8:15. Don't forget WiscoTrips.com if you want to join her on that holiday bus trip to Nashville. Brandon said not having matching socks is insane. I don't know if it's insane. It's strange. It's a strange concept to me. I'm not a fan of that. I don't think. Of course, all my socks are gray or black, so it's not like I've got funky socks that I'm wearing on a daily basis. Thank you, Brandon. Lots of people weighing in on what song they would eliminate from the world if they could. Lance said Love Shack would be gone. I don't know why, but it drives me crazy. Somebody wants to know if they can eliminate an artist, because if I could, it'd be Mariah Carey. I'm so tired of hearing nothing but her for like 2 solid months every year. If he can't eliminate an artist, which is not what this exercise is about, then he would go with Red Solo Cup. That's 2 for Red Solo Cup. Marnie texted in, said Happy by Pharrell. Doesn't like the Happy song. Did we overdo it that one year when everybody was doing the videos? Is that the issue? I got one from Leah with the last name. I can't find her text, but she suggested, here she is. Leah with the last name, 4 Non-Blondes, What's Going On? Every drunk girl thinks they can sing this at the bar. It's awful. My wife, Leah, also hates that song. So, yeah. My wife also does not like Biz Markie, just a friend. And, of course, I love it. So whenever it comes on when we're in the car together, I sing loudly and proudly. And she hates me for it. But such is life. That's relationships. Office Core, thank you so much again for joining me.
Yeah, it's a big one.
It is a big one. Finding out what she's doing each and every weekend in the 715. If you want to text in, find our contact info. It's online at rockmornings.com.
It's anonymous, it's fast, and it's free.
Somebody just said, hey, soul sister. Is that Train? Right? That's Train. They said, get rid of it.
That's 2 big ones.
Yeah, 2 big ones. That's how I like it, Office Core. 2 big ones.
I can't decide if I want top or bottom.
Jacob says, I know it only gets played during the holidays, but All I Want for Christmas by Mariah Carey. That song needs to be banned. Seems to be a movement going on here.
He would hold it out to my mouth. I would say a couple words, and then he'd pull it back.
That dirty rat. Good old Office Core. Keep those suggestions coming. Eliminate those songs. We'll get to Bad News Happy Music next.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. More from Brian and Gene is coming up.
You're about to enter a beautiful, exciting, wonderful new world.
A cockroach living in your nostril. Now that's just nasty. Add in some haven't pooped for 30 days.
Poop is raining from the ceilings. Poop.
And sprinkle in some hashtag Florida Man for flavor.
Florida Man.
Florida Man.
Florida Man. Florida Man. Florida Man.
Florida Man.
Florida Man quits his Burger King job, steals all of their chicken nuggets.
It's bad news.
Bad news.
With happy music.
Let's rock.
We're going to get started in hashtag Florida. A 17-year-old teenager got his truck on the golf course and did $160,000 worth of damage.
The vehicle entered the second hole here at Venetian Bay Golf Course, and they basically destroyed 7,000 square feet of the second hole, causing about $160,000 in damage. And based on LPR evidence, anonymous tips, we were able to get the person who drove the truck onto the greens. Keller Atkins, 17-year-old Atlantic High School student, confessed to causing the damage because they were bored. Didn't think there was anything else to do at 2:30 in the morning. I'll use a line that my grandmother relayed on me. Nothing good happens after 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah. Around here, we like to say nothing good happens at bar time. But maybe in Florida on the golf course, nothing good happens after 10 p.m. A 17-year-old kid drove his pickup truck or a pickup truck onto the golf course, did a bunch of donuts, caused around $160,000 worth of damage.
Or
Kid confessed to it, saying he did it because he was quote-unquote bored. Simple boredom. Just bored. Didn't know what to do with myself. I was bored. I didn't have any video games to play. I didn't have any television shows to watch. I didn't have any influencers to follow. So I got in a truck and I drove onto a golf course and I did $160,000 worth of damage.
Golf clap. Golf clap.
Golf clap. Now that student, that 17-year-old, facing charges of criminal mischief, which is a second-degree felony. That's nice. I was bored. Don't get me wrong. I like doing donuts and spinning out and driving like a maniac. I'm just not going to do it on a golf course unless I'm in a golf cart. A little bit safer that way. This guy's in Canada. And some people. Guy in Canada took a city bus on a joyride with passengers on board.
Hey, who threw that?
I'll turn this damn bus around. That'll end your precious little field trip pretty damn quick, huh?
Made several stops along the way, allowing passengers to get on and off the bus. He got off as well. One of the officials said there was not a ding on the bus. He did a great job. It's comical, but at the same time, it's serious. We're thankful nobody was hurt. Maybe the guy wanted to prove he had the skills to drive the bus. He's looking for a job. Like, hey, look what I can do. Look what I can do. This is in the city of Hamilton. Not quite sure where that is. But a guy in Hamilton took a city bus on a joyride, passengers on board. It was about 9 p.m. The bus was parked at a downtown bus terminal. Left for a short break. The bus driver goes in, maybe goes and has a tinkle. Checks out the vending machine, picks up a soda pop, maybe gets some poutine. I don't know what they got going on in Canada at the bus stations, but a 36-year-old man of no fixed address gets on the bus, sat down in the driver's seat, and then drove away. It was an extra-long articulated model, meaning it had the accordion-like attachment joining the first vehicle and the second vehicle. So, yeah, it wasn't like just one bus. It was almost like two buses. The man made several stops, allowing passengers to get on and off at the bus stops. So he wasn't just randomly stopping either. He was actually stopping at bus stops. They say at roughly any time 10 passengers were on the bus. The guy didn't hit anything, not a ding on the bus. Did a great job, but a very serious offense. At first, passengers didn't realize that this guy wasn't the bus driver. But when he started making some wrong turns, they started to ask him some questions. One person gave the guy directions to return to the scheduled routes. He went as far as to deny someone looking to board with an expired bus pass. This guy just wanted to be a bus driver for a day. When the bus came to a halt, about 15 minutes after he started his route, the man was taken into custody without incident, charged with theft over $5,000, possession of over $5,000, obstructing police, and driving while prohibited. Yeah. Guy took the city bus for a ride, dropping off passengers, picking up people, just doing his route. A 53-year-old man in Pennsylvania had to be rushed to the hospital after his dog accidentally shot him in the lower back with a shotgun. Yeah. Man had to be rushed to the hospital after his dog caused a shotgun that he was cleaning to go off. How does this continue? What are these guys doing? Officials say they were called to the shooting, unknown who the shooter was. Officers were heading to the scene. They were informed that a dog had jumped onto the owner's bed. Further investigation revealed that the 53-year-old man had been cleaning a shotgun when he set it down on the bed before the dog jumped up and caused the gun to fire. The man was taken to a hospital where he went into immediate surgery for his injuries. Ugh. You're supposed to not have shells in there, bro. What are you doing? Take the shells out. It's like rule number 1, isn't it? Dog jumps up on the bed and bang! Next thing you know, you got a hole in your back. This woman, another hashtag Florida woman, 21-year-old Florida woman named Yasmin Arazo, was caught super speeding. They got new laws down there, right? Where if you go so far over, you could be put in prison. She was doing 107 miles an hour last Thursday night. The posted speed limit was 55, so she was going well over the speed limit. It was at about 11:45 at night, about 11:45, And when the officer finally pulled her over and asked her why she was driving so fast, she said she was trying to make it to Little Caesars before they closed at midnight.
There's a Little Caesars up the street from my house and where I was going to go jogging. And so I was speeding and it closed at 12. So I literally had like 15 minutes to get there. It didn't even feel like 107. It just like I was driving to get to, I was hungry. When they pulled me over, I'm like, oh my God, am I getting pulled over? And by the time I get to look to the back, he's already like, I didn't even get to go like into a gas station. I didn't even pull over. He literally got me in the middle of the road and I was like going at a green light. And he got to my window and was like, get out.
She's facing a charge of dangerous and excessive speeding under a new Florida law that went into effect this July. Penalties for the first offense include up to 30 days in jail and a fine of up to $500 or both. I'm guessing she might get both. That's excessive. 107 miles an hour to get a pizza. Don't get me wrong. I like to get pizza at midnight sometimes.
I am speed.
But I'm not driving 107 miles an hour in a 55 to get some Little Caesars.
Pizza.
Yeah. By the way, that was her calling into the local radio station in Florida and explaining her side of the story. I'm sure that they were talking about it, much like I am. Hashtag Florida woman driving 107 miles an hour to get some Little Caesars. And then she probably either heard them talking about it or somebody texted her and said, hey, they're talking about you. And she called in and explained her side of the story, which didn't really make it any better. Did the crime, you're going to do the time. Last but not least, porn is undefeated. It really is. You just can't take it down. Children were left screaming after some hardcore porn was played on a ferry from France to Sussex. The company that runs the ferry is called DFDS. Apologizing for the blunder, describing it as an adult film that was mistakenly broadcast in the lounge on the TV to passengers after the F1 Grand Prix. The incident happened aboard the ferry on the way from France to Sussex. Technical fault at New Haven Port. Not sure where all these places are, but one passenger who wanted to remain anonymous saw the entire incident unfold. She said, I'd gone to the main reception to tell them I was getting off and to transfer me from car passenger to foot passenger when suddenly kids ran out of the recliner lounge area screaming. Some parents came out and they were asking the man who worked there to sort the television out, saying there was hardcore porn on the TV. I couldn't see it, but it was audible. A member of the staff eventually turned the TV off. Parents were explaining to their children that's not all adults do that. It was a bit mad. I don't know how it got on there. Well, I know how it got on there. Somebody on the ferry, when it wasn't in service, was watching some hardcore porn on the TV when they weren't supposed to be doing that, and then forgot to take their DVD out or something like that, or their Fire Stick or whatever. Or maybe it was a prank. Maybe somebody hacked into the TV. The company that runs the ferry apologizing for the incident that happened just a couple of weeks ago. Said the crew were not aware of the film that was to be broadcast after the F1 Grand Prix. The channel had since been removed from the list of available stations on the boat. So maybe somebody was scrolling, saw a really good title, and decided to stop, catch a couple minutes of it, and then got called away. Forgot to turn off the TV. Next thing you know, parents and kids turn on the TV when they get into the recliner lounge, and next thing you know, you got all sorts of problems. Porn, though, undefeated. Really is. Bad news, happy music. We'll get to our daily check-ins after Breaking Benjamin.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Find them online at rockmornings.com. Call.
Hello.
Email.
I tried emailing you.
Text. So many ways to check in with us. Check. We rely on you guys for traffic updates, requests, and all sorts of other stuff.
Check this out.
Ooh, man. Rockmornings.com is the website. Tons of response to my hypothetical question from earlier. If you could eliminate one song from the world, what would it be? And if you've got it, tell me why. Doug emailing saying Nirvana Smells Like Teen Spirit. Absolutely horrible. Also, the new Limp Bizkit song is not for Doug as well. Shannon said, if we band together, we could probably tackle getting rid of one artist, but it would take a lot of us to get rid of all country music. Shannon would get rid of that ear-piercing Tiptoed Through the Tulips song, given the option. Yeah. What is that, Tiny Tim? It's creepy. It is a creepy song. Shannon, thank you for the email. Thank you, Doug, for the email. Lots and lots of text messages. Just got one from Donnie. Once this thing finishes loading. He said, 3 undefeated things: sex, diarrhea, and father time. I think I heard that on Jim Rome. Jim texted in and said, why was it loaded? Duh. Yeah. Well, if he's legitimately cleaning the gun, which is probably not what was happening, just an excuse, then shouldn't have any shells in it, bud. What are you doing? Got a text from someone who said that they want an 86 Black Hole Sun by Soundgarden. Another person said, get rid of Hey Soul Sister. That's Train. Jacob, earlier we read his text, said that he knows it only gets played during the holidays, but All I Want for Christmas Is You by Mariah Carey's got to go. She said, Jacob says that song needs to be banned. Wendy, much like Brandon, with a hot take on the whole socks thing. Wendy says, you have to have matching socks. I hate pairing up my husband's socks when doing laundry. Don't know why, I just do. Brandon said, not having matching socks is insane. I got a text from somebody about a song and about socks, but I can't read their text because they have a really bad take on tots, on tater tots. And I refuse to read any more of his text messages because of the way he disparaged tater tots several months ago. So you know who you are, and until you take back what you said about tater tots, you don't get any of your text messages read. Lance wants Love Shack to be gone. Somebody says they want to eliminate an artist. If I could, I'd eliminate Mariah Carey. I'm so tired of hearing nothing but her for like 2 solid months. If not, they would get rid of Red Solo Cup. Marnie wants to get rid of Pharrell's Happy. Somebody says It's a Small World. Dashboard Lights. That would be a Meatloaf song, right? Paradise by the Dashboard Lights. Mariah says Beyonce's Texas Hold'em. I'm with this guy. I don't know who this is. This person from the 715 said Emergence by Sleep Token. Honestly, I would love to never hear any of their songs. I just don't get it. I hear that band and I'm like, what are we doing? Roxy from the 715 said she would get rid of Roxanne. It's her name, and it's obviously causes her a lot of issues. Somebody else said Achy Breaky Heart, or maybe Baby by Justin Bieber. A couple of Kid Rocks in there. 4 Non-Blondes. Chrissy texted in, said probably not a popular opinion, but I wouldn't be sad if I never heard Me and Bobby McGee ever again. Can't stand Janis Joplin's voice. It can grate on you. I hear you. Thanks, Chrissy. Somebody else said Rebecca Black, the Friday song. It's dumb, but how often do you hear it? A couple of Kid Rocks in there. Somebody said All Summer Long. Someone from Iowa is responding to Doug saying, what's wrong with that guy? Biscuit's new song is great. I think he needs some milk. He might need some milk. Do a body good. Thank you for all of the correspondence. It's been great to hear from you guys today. Have a wonderful rest of your Thursday. I'll talk to you tomorrow.